Borrow your way out of debt. What a unique concept. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, November the 14th. And obviously, we have the new concept of we're going to borrow out of debt, tried by many, failed by all. And once again, the middle class is going to pay for it all. In the meantime, this update, this bottom line is brought to you by our friends and our only place we do shopping for physical metals, gold, silver, platinum, and others for storage or delivery, and that is Strategic Wealth Preservation, swpcayman.com/Bubba-Trading. That's Sierra Whiskey Papa, Charlie Alpha Yankee, Michael Alpha November.com/Bubba-Trading. And as I said, this is a circus. We have so many events that we can be entertained by, but unfortunately, it's like all great comics. They're all sad and depressed because this is a very depressing time in American history as we watch the butchers go to work at destroying not only the United States of America, but the rest of the world at the same time, allowing the very few to take power. And of course, you can start back, many, many years ago, with the money grubbers, and of course George Soros, one of the big money boys, who's done a lot of nasty things in his life. I'm not going to get into it, but done a lot of bad things. And of course, we look back, and of course, supposedly, now again, I don't have proof. I just read this, and I'm giving you the headline. Okay, I do believe it though, but that he did shielded and helped Hillary Clinton and the rest cover up with Hunter Biden, and targeted Donald Trump. And of course, that does make sense when you think about it, because, billionaires typically donate funds equally to both campaigns. And of course, Buffett and Soros and those guys and Gates did not give to Trump in 2016. So what they're telling you is they picked a side, which they usually do not do. They usually want to be neutral because, of course, we know the big money wants to control everything, and they don't give a crap about you and me. They care about the power to control. Okay. But you've got, a major problem here in New York. The Black Lives Matter leader said that if New York toughens up their police, okay, if they toughen up reform, it's going to be trouble. Okay. It warns there'll be bloodshed. Now, again, think about it. Okay, think about what's going on here. You've already released the ability to arrest for shoplifting under $1,000. Okay, you've got a very violent world going on everywhere in this country. Okay, there's violence everywhere now. Hatred has never been higher. What happened to the party of peace and the party of the small business? Oh, I guess we don't count anymore. I guess now that they're in power, there is no more peace. Let's keep dividing them and conquering so that we can destroy. Isn't that amazing that you can see what's going on as you have this continued desire to create new money on the Build Back Better America plan, okay, which cannot work, number one. Okay, it is impossible. You cannot borrow your way out of debt, Jen Psaki, you imbecile. Okay, it cannot be done because, of course, you have to satisfy the debt, and the ridiculous Ponzi scheme that is being run by the Federal Reserve has to stop. Okay, but of course, that is bringing the light to the crypto world, and of course, we've got this whole package and program going on that the people are finally realizing that the central banking system is a system full of shit. Okay, it is a system that is designed to continue to devalue the currency, whatever form you hold it in. Okay, it is designed to strip you of everything, and of course, at the very top of it the central banking system is to give you taxation without representation. I believe that we went to war over that in 1776. I'm not quite so sure, but I think we went to war there. And you can bet at the current pace it's going to happen again. But suddenly, crypto has become a little bit more popular. We went from not over $1 trillion of total market cap and to over $3 trillion now. And now they're approaching the size of Apple. But the point is there's a lot of criminal coins out there as well. Let's not be foolish. But there's 14,000. We know that probably 13,950 are worthless. But anytime there's money, there's going to be people trying to scam. But the concept and the inability to create more of it is a very strong and sound factor that is supposed to be what the dollar was when it was benchmarked against gold. Okay, but of course, the minute we went to this mass fiat system, that was the end. That was the beginning of the end. But this was all like the grand design from the criminals who started the Federal Reserve in 108 years ago. Okay, this is not new. This was the plan. Read The Creature from Jekyll Island. You will see that this was more of a plan. Okay, and you can continue to see that when a business is bad, they should go out of business. They should not be, you're too big to fail. Just like they should let the banks go out of business. But now, instead of letting them go out of business, they have let them build more debt. Okay, and if the loans go bad, what do you think's going to happen then? We're going to get the pleasure of paying for it again. Isn't that special? Okay, but look, you have got massive inflation. That 5.4% bullshit that they speak to you the other day when they came out with the CPI. Realize that does not count food or energy. Okay, energy is up 100% in 12 months since we have elected President Biden. 100%. Okay, the food world is really going to be problematic here. Why? Well, let's see here. You look at the price of, let's say, corn. Okay, and corn last year was about $4.20. Okay, this year it's $5.70. Okay, so corn has risen approximately 40%. Unfortunately, the input costs to produce that corn or that wheat or those soybeans or the cattle or the hogs or whatever has gone up faster than the rate of return. So now, not only do farmers have struggles because of having to borrow millions of dollars to plant, to farm, to get ready on the hope that they get a good crop or they take care, everything goes their way. Now they have to pay higher and take more risk for it. And again, I thank you, President Biden, for giving away all the power of the United States to Russia, who is thriving and now using, if you remember, we have talked about here a couple of times that wheat is also a political product. That is, Russia's the other side of that. And of course, Russia controls the natural gas and the oil and the wheat markets over there. And of course, since we aren't producing any gas or natural gas or liquefying, we aren't sending any. God forbid, we should be producing this, because the green energy deal is a joke. And I'll get to that in a minute. But so Russia is making billions and billions and billions and billions on this whole thing as they screw Germany and the UK and everybody else there with you should see what their prices are. And it's going to be an awfully cold winter. And of course, we, the number one producer, had to give it up, okay, because we want that green environment. Not to mention that this new show, the circus, which is being run at the COP26, which is the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, look, I don't understand where people get that this is an environmental thing. You cannot do what they want to do, okay, at the speed they want to do it. It is not really designed to even work. It is designed for the politicians to take more of your cash and my cash off the table. Because here's what you got. You want some real hard numbers? Here's some hard numbers. 36% of the world's population is China and India. Ask yourself, are they ever going to stop using coal? Okay, so we are 4%. The United States is 4% of the world. What is our 4% going to do when the rest of the world is polluting like crazy? And I am not saying we should not try. I am saying that at what cost are you giving up your power? So not only did we give up our power and our being a net energy exporter, okay, to Saudi Arabia and the rest of our power to China and Russia, okay, we want to give everything else away too. And now we want to weaken ourselves further, okay, for what? Okay, so Pete Buttigieg can call highways racist. The highways are racist, according to Pete Buttigieg. How can a highway be racist? Like bullpen, the PETA, where you can't call bullpen in baseball. Are you kidding me? Okay, is this what we've come to? In the meantime, coffee has gone to 7-year highs. Okay, so be prepared to pay more at Starbucks and be prepared to never have the price come down again either. That's the beautiful thing about Starbucks. That's how they make so much money. They get the price up, but it never comes down. Remember, the only prices that truly, really fluctuate are gasoline and some of the things you do on wholesale. When they get to the retail price level, they very rarely fluctuate. They get you comfortable paying a newer level, okay, and they just make bigger profits. This is the oldest tale that there is, okay. But you've got, do you think that this inflation is healthy? Do you think there's any shot out of it at the way that we're running things? There is no shot. Okay, we have zero chance to escape not only a massive attack of inflation and going even higher, okay, but then maybe worse than a recession. Okay, a recession for sure, but maybe worse because we have some of the dumbest people running this country right now, even their own people. Larry Summers says that they're wrong at the way they're attacking this. Now, he was their own. So it's not a political issue. He is one of their own that is telling them, but they don't care because, again, think about it. You go to Nancy Pelosi's district, it's the #1 homeless district in the country. Okay. #1 in the country. Look at what's going on in Chicago. Okay. Again, another left state. Okay. The Lightfoot can't control the murder rate here. You've got now you can't even charge for people stealing under $1,000. Okay. That's not criminal anymore. Okay. You've got everything that could be going wrong, and it's all being orchestrated. It is not. This is not the natural evolution that we are seeing. We are seeing this hatred, this racism. All of these issues are being orchestrated by the party that is in power right now. Okay, this is not where we were. Okay, we were making progress. Were we making progress fast enough? Probably not. But now you are going backwards. Obama set back relations 100 years. Biden's going to take us back into the 1600s here with this relations. This is as bad as it can be, and it's being orchestrated by the top between the hatred for Israel. Okay, dividing and conquering is what they have in mind, and you better watch out. You better duck because it's going to get ugly if it continues because people will not stand for it for much longer, especially when you start affecting their ability to eat, earn money, and do other things. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horowitz. It is Sunday, November the 14th. And, of course, our sponsors who bring you our program, we always got to talk about them and hope that you check them out at least. And, of course, we've got a couple of brokerage partners, and we want you to check them out. Look, we have other brokers, and you don't have to use anybody. Use whoever you want. Okay, but the two that I recommend for commodities and futures is the Capital Trading Group. Okay, let's just look at the very simple factors. Okay, they have great customer service. You call, they answer the phone. Okay, they're the only ones I've authorized for letter of direction trading. Okay, and they've got great futures products of their own. Plus, they do all my trading. They execute for all my accounts. Okay, check them out. info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, our other brokerage partner is Tradier Brokerage. And Tradier, okay, look, there are equities and options, and we have other equities and options. Again, I want you to be clear. I give you full disclosure. But Tradier is $10 a month. Now, how can you pass on $10 a month? That's always the question for me, is how do you pass on $10 a month? But if you do, okay. But we also have other APIs, which allows us to automate the software, to automate our equity portfolios at no charge. But when you're a member, you get one portfolio as part of the software. So you need the software to get the trades. So wouldn't you like to have them executed for you? If you don't, hey, that's fine. Stay wherever you are. But if you want a free automation, okay, you can get it through Tradier. And it's try.tradier.com/Bubba. That is try.tradier.com/Bubba. And of course, family farms. Listen, farmers, we know how tough it is out there. We know how much work there is to do. Listen, you need some help. Check out Family Farms. It's familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. That's familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. And of course, the commodity report, Andy Hecht, what a job he does with our commodity report each and every week. And, it's by far the most comprehensive, best report that there is. And if you're trading commodities and not reading this report, shame on you. You should go see a doctor, El Doctor. Anyways, check it out. And if you want, you can get a free copy of last week's to see what it looks like in case you want to, check it out. And of course, our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba-trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba-trading. And of course, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and our market report right now. And here we go back to Bubba's Bottom with me, your host, Todd Bubba Horowitz. Markets continue to shine. Okay. Now they didn't have a big up week last week. They were pretty much flat. The equities were, but still right near their all-time highs. Now, when you think about it, okay, logically, you would not believe the market could be at these levels. Okay. But again, remember, the market is the ultimate scorecard. It is always right. Okay. The market is a facilitator. The market is giving price based on sentiment. Forget the news. Okay. It's all bull anyways. Okay. Listen, you got one network telling you one thing, one network telling you another thing. So again, forget about that. The market is the great scorekeeper. It is the facilitator. It does not get sick. It does not get tired. It does not quit. It trades every day. Okay. So in the meantime, we remain long the four major indexes: the Dow, Russell, NASDAQ, and S&P. Okay. The metals look very, very solid. They broke out pretty sharply last week, and both gold and silver have broken above some pretty key levels, and now those old resistance levels, 25 in silver, 1830 in gold, are now support. We remain long. Platinum, which is too thin for us to trade, but we would be long platinum, but platinum has to get through 1100 and hold there. That would be a very, very key level to want to see. So I would certainly look for that, but platinum has looked pretty good. I mean, platinum was the first to run here, but we'll see. Okay. In the meantime, in the energy world, crude oil is, we're long, and it's kind of hovering and kind of hanging. I mean, it had some ugly days this week. We got a little whipsaw here in crude, as we do often in these consolidating choppy markets. When they get like that, it makes it challenging. Fortunately, we don't get chopped up too often, but it does happen, and that's kind of what we're watching. But you know that oil is going to go higher because we don't have it, and we're dependent on enemies to supply us. I mean, we're long crude, and I expect it to go. I expect it to go to 100, but we could certainly get a downtrend before it gets there. But I expect to see much higher prices. I think we've only just begun this run up in oil because, again, you forget that every product that you use uses oil, uses fossil fuels, including that nice bottle of water you drink for health. Okay, it takes a lot of fuel to make them plastic bottles. In the meantime, natural gas got pounded last week. Interesting for this time of year. Now we're short, which is good. But for this time of year, interesting that natural gas got pounded. But, we'll see. It might have been over. One of the things you got to remember is markets price in things ahead of time. So anyways, we're still short nat gas. And copper it was I think a little bit flattish to lower, but we're short copper. It's been kind of choppy. It's going through that range again. Lumber, which we don't trade, but lumber is pushing towards the bottom end again. Again, these are just economic indicators because lumber is not liquid enough to trade, but it's something that you kind of watch. It gives you some idea of what might be coming down the pike. Okay, and as I said, we're short copper. Bonds and notes were split. We're long bonds, short notes again. And again, we got a little bit whipped around on these notes over time. And that's always the concern when you get a wide sweeping consolidating market. It can cause certainly some heartburn when you go through it. But hey, it's part of it, right? We said, we look to make new highs in our portfolios, and then we've done it a couple so far, and I think we continue. Looks like a big start. But Bitcoin, we continue to be long. Bitcoin made new highs this week before closing, not away from new highs. But big news, on the 6th of December, micro Ether comes out, Ethereum. Okay, so you can see the acceptance now of this currency, which we'll talk more about in my commentary. Okay, but so we're still long Bitcoin. And of course, we're going to start with Ethereum as well. But we'll be adding that to our portfolios at the same time. We reversed the dollar. Okay, because again, it's breaking out. It looks like the dollar looks like it wants to go back to par now, and that would be in line with some of the things that are going on in the country and in the world. So that's again, we'll see, but it would be certainly in line with that. Of course, in the grain markets, we will be long tonight or tomorrow, depending on when you make the execution. But we will be long them all now. Okay, we have been long corn and wheat for quite a while, and we were short beans. Well, we will be reversing the beans tonight or tomorrow. Again, that's up to whenever you want to make your execution. But they're looking much better. I think the next key level in soybeans is 1250 January beans. Okay. And corn and wheat, wheat's going bananas. And that, of course, part of that's political, right? That's we talked about Putin and Russia and Ukraine and the whole thing here. And it looks like it was going higher, and it was the first to break, and it broke out big. It's over $8, which is really, it's crazy. But it's also a warning sign when it starts jittery like that. But we'll see. In the meantime, we're long them all. And in the protein complex, we're long there as well. Feeder cattle just kind of churning in a range. I think it explodes higher. Live cattle, fat cattle, I think does the same, but it did have a nice up week. And hogs are breaking out. So the whole complex looks pretty good, but it better look good because the inflation is attacking. Okay, this is not funny. It's not. We're not making enough money. Nobody's making enough money compared to what you got to pay for everything else. Remember that this rally is probably more based on a bullshit money supply. In the meantime, in the softs department, we're long cotton, still popping. Coffee up. What a week! 7-year highs. One day it was up 10 cents, which is huge. I mean, if you want to know what that means. The coffee is about $425 a penny. It's $4,200 on a one contract for a day. Okay, sugar we're long, and it was higher and starting to break out again. And cocoa we're still short, but look for cocoa to maybe start to spin a little bit here. But again, we're still short cocoa, and we're now long OJ. Okay, which had a nice up week. But you got to remember, markets are the market is the ultimate scorekeeper. If you think you're smarter than the market, just send over your money. You're going to lose because you have no chance to be smarter than, because all you're trading against is the rest of the world's money, and whichever side wherever the strong hands reside is the side that you want to be with. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, November the 14th, and we're going to step out here for a break and come back with my commentary and of course football night in America right after the break. Bubba's Bottom Line. So, kids, look, I just give you a quick rundown. Capital Trading Group, great partners. We have other brokers, but Capital Trading Group is phenomenal. Okay, check them out. info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. Trade your, again, $10 a month. How could you possibly pass that up? But hey, again, I don't tell you what to do. I just share with you what I do. In the meantime, try.trader.com/Bubba. That's try.trader.com/Bubba. And farmers, check out Family Farms. I mean, look, I'm telling you, it's a good do. It'll help you with the minutia that you don't want to deal with. FamilyFarmsGroup.com/Bubba-Trading. That's FamilyFarmsGroup.com/Bubba-Trading. And Strategic Wealth Preservation, SWP Cayman.com/Bubba-Trading. That's SWP, Charlie Alpha Yankee, Michael Alpha November.com/Bubba-Trading. And of course, our high school program at Patreon, Patreon.com/Bubba-Trading. It's Patreon.com/Bubba-Trading. If you want a copy of the Technomental and check it out for yourself, I'll send you last week's copy. All you got to do is send me an email at Bubba@BubbaTrading.com. Let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and my commentary, and of course, more importantly, my football pick. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, November the 14th, and what a joy to come back to Chicago from Las Vegas. What a crap hole this is here. But we've got this new funny money, funny money, and crypto. And as much as the governments, as much as the central bankers, as much as they all fight it, you can see it starting to take hold, and people are starting to realize that the value of your dollars are being stolen from you by devaluation without you even knowing it, which is, again, taxation without representation. Okay, so you're suddenly seeing even more acceptance. Now, AMC Theaters is going to take some cryptocurrencies as payment. Okay, you're seeing more products. Remember how hard it was to get ETFs out? Well, now you got BitQ and Bido. You've got Ethereum coming out. So suddenly, you have got another source of competition, which hopefully people will take hold of this and say, screw the central banking system that continues to put their hands in my pocket to fund the imbeciles that run this government, because they're only stealing from me too. When is it going to happen that a government is going to have to live on a budget like you and me? Okay, it is so sickening that they can continue to get away with it, and yet 80 million people voted against Trump and voted for this imbecile that is destroying the country. This is Bubba's Bottom Line, and I got my football pick for you. Okay. In the meantime, we got Kansas City and the Raiders tonight. Boy, is Kansas City awful this year or what? But who knows what's going on with the Raiders, and that poor woman that the running back ran over or ran into in the car. But the wide receiver. But in the meantime, what a tragedy! But what a mess. The Raiders seem to be the only team that could actually beat up on Kansas City a little bit. They beat them once last year, almost beat them twice. But I got to lay the 2.5 with Kansas City. I just think, even though the game is in Vegas, I think you got to lay the 2.5 with Kansas City. I wouldn't do it for a lot, but I think it's worth a play because I think the Raiders are just too much of a mess. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody. As always, I thank you very, very much for spending some time with me. Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, November the 14th. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much.